Hello everyone, how are you doing? I really hope you are doing well. So, the APSC Prelims is finally over. What a journey, right? Whether you appeared for the exam or followed along my preparation, you and I both have a lot to talk about. I know everyone has had different experiences, some good, some tough, and today I'm here to share my side of the story. From how the exam actually went to how my preparation matched up with the reality, and of course, what is my next step. But before diving into all of that, I just want to take a moment to appreciate you all. This little community we have built together through videos, comments, DMs has truly become my biggest motivation. Knowing that so many of you are walking this journey with me makes it all feel so much more meaningful. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, let's get into it. Let's talk about APSC 2025. It was the morning of 8th June and the temperature was slowly rising, just like my nervousness. As I reached the exam center, I could see so many aspirants gathered outside the hall, some pacing, some revising, others just silently standing there. And right outside the gate were parents, waiting patiently, many of them with quite hope and dreams shining in their eyes. You realize it's not just your exam, it's theirs too. After paper one, I walked out feeling confused. I honestly didn't know how to feel. There were mixed emotions. Some questions felt familiar, concepts I studied, facts I have revised. A few were moderate, and there were a bunch that felt absolutely mind boggling. Still, I tried to leave those thoughts aside and focus on CSET. And to be honest, I found CSET slightly a standard version of the previous years. It wasn't unmanageable, but it is definitely requiring some sharper focus. What really played a deciding role this time in both papers was accuracy. It's not just about how much you have studied, but how well you have understood, practiced, and prepared under pressure. That's what made the difference this time. When it comes to rating the paper, honestly, I don't even know what to say, but it's definitely not easy. But hey, it's APSC, right? It's supposed to challenge us. My preparation was mostly centered around polity, current affairs, Indian and Assam history, environment, and geography. I was able to attempt almost all the questions of polity, except a few, which I messed up because of bad memory and not revising enough times. Assam geography, on the other hand, felt like a smooth ride. There were a few conceptual ones, but I tackled them using the elimination method and a few with basic logic. I did skip the world geography entirely. No regrets. I knew my limits there. And as for the environment section, thankfully a lot of it overlapped with the current affairs that I have read. So that gave me a little boost. Coming to the Assam specific topic, I think it's like a mixed bag, somewhere right, and mostly I want to thank to how dedicatedly I read the Assam current affairs part. But if you still slip through, now let's talk about the real mess. Two things really threw me off. First is Indian and Assam history. I studied that part so religiously, you have no idea. And still, I couldn't even get one correct. That was really painful for me. And the worst part, APSC almost completely ignored Indian history this time. I didn't see that coming. Most of the questions of Assam history that I have attempted was because of my ego inside. And the second mess was my complete ignorance towards economy. I barely touched it. And that was not just a mistake, it was like a situational shortcoming. And I'll talk about it in just a bit. Science and tech, my memory was a little cloudy, so I wasn't confident enough to answer all that. And we all know that it's all about the confidence. So, to sum up, I realized I did manage to solve a few conceptual questions correctly, but the real disadvantage was in the factual section, which honestly dominated the whole paper. One day memorizing just doesn't work, and I think that's something we all realize sooner or later it takes time, repetition, and deep revision. And that was my paper in a nutshell. Coming to the situational shortcoming part, I started my preparation in early 2024. As someone from a science background, stepping into the world of polity, history, and economics, it felt like starting from scratch. But honestly, it's very beautiful. Studying all these subjects again, everything was going smoothly until late 2024. I had a little rough patch of my life, and for a few months, I just couldn't study, I couldn't focus. It was only in the last 3 months I could gather all the courage to again study for the exam and truly prepare. Now comes the big question: will I qualify this year prelims? Honestly, I fear I won't make it this time. But am I disappointed? Not at all. Because the best part about giving an exam, something like APSC, is that you either win or you learn. And this time, I learned. I learned the path, the route, the pattern, and most importantly, I learned the level of excellence this exam demands. I have got no regrets. This phase was absolutely necessary in my journey to build that inner strength and that confidence. And now that I have seen the path clearly, I know the next step. Looking at the brighter side, how standard and well structured the paper actually was. I feel proud to be a part of this process. It's not just about clearing an exam, it's about transforming yourself into someone worthy of that responsibility that comes with it. And that in itself feels like a win win. And that was pretty much my experience and how I am feeling as a whole. A real raw outlook from an aspirant's point of view. I know so many of you watching this have worked incredibly hard, and maybe just like me, you are unsure of the result. Maybe you feel like you won't make it this time, and that's okay because now is not the time to lose hope. Now is not the time to look back. It's time to move forward, to acknowledge our weak points, to work on our vulnerabilities, and to grow stronger from this experience. And as for me, I have already decided I will begin my mains preparation and continue working on the areas I fell short in. I'll be sharing my preparation journey with you as always. And I would love to hear from you which part of the paper did you find the hardest? How was your overall experience? Drop your thoughts in the comments. It really helps to hear different perspectives and grow together as a community. Let's do this together. Let's not stop here. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. That's all for today's video. Thank you.